Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Zapdos. This Pokemon got buffed quite a bit with Thundershock, gaining a lot of rankings, being now in the top 100 for the Open Great League. Makes this Pokemon a very interesting thing here, and as you can see as well, this is going to be a team that already got showcased by my girlfriend on her channel last season basically, and I kind of want to give it a try as well here again. We're going to have Gastrodon, we're going to have the Say-Stop of Morpeko. Honestly, it is such a strong Pokemon. I love Morpeko. This Pokemon is amazing. It is a must-have. If you don't have this Pokemon yet, build it. Literally, just build it. It doesn't matter what IVs you have for it. You don't need to have like any good PvP IVs for this Pokemon. Whatever IV spread you're gonna get, build this Pokemon. It is worth it. And as you can see here, the first opponent just decides to forfeit at this point, which is hilarious, and we can move on to the next one. So, we're going to have here the Marowak against us. This is going to be a Pokemon that I want to avoid, of course, with my backline. Against Zapdos, it is kind of decent though, because they still have the flying typing, which is going to be able to resist stuff. And here I make a huge mistake. I should have went into the Morpeko. There's no reason for me to go into my Zapdos here. Big mistake. But it's still going to be okay. We're going to be able to overfarm by basically everything. Like, there is not really much more energy that we can gain at this point. We're going to try to undercharge, but it was still not enough. We're still going to be able to knock out that Azumarill, even though it's so bulky, it doesn't really matter here for the Zapdos. And we see already we have some nice lag and frame drops, which does not allow us to get to any charge move, which is kind of unfortunate. And we have some more lag and frame drops right afterwards. This is the game we play. We have the Drill Peck still getting the shield here from the opponent, and we can go for another one, which is going to allow us to get another shield. But if the opponent thinks they can farm us down, that is definitely not correct here, as you're going to see as well. We're gonna get another one off, and so with all the energy, they're gonna go down. We have a switch advantage here. We're going to have a Toxapex against the ground type and an electric type. Goodbye, sir. I guess this team was a lot of fun. We're going to have a great lead here for us. Let's see what they're going to swap into. They're going to swap out into the Feraligatr. I decided to stay in for a little bit, as I am going to be able to get maybe even a shield here or something. That would be kind of cool as well for me. But I decided to rather swap out here into the Morpeko. And to be fair, I maybe could have even went for the full farm down here. The opponent decides to go straight for their own Hydro Cannon. I will be able to go for the full farm down now. And here I make a big mistake. I should just go for Aurelion. Aurelion is the safe play. Literally just one-shotting them, and I go for Psychic Fangs, and it just doesn't work out, and that is really, really bad for me. Now the next Psychic Fangs hopefully is going to be enough though to knock them out. Let's find out here. It is, and so we are going to see the final Pokemon, which is going to be the Sandslash. And let me show you on how to not play this matchup. Here the opponent goes for a shield, perfect for them. And I should have just went for the Psychic Fangs, because guess what? Psychic Fangs would have allowed us to do more damage with Mud Slap here. And this is actually everything that I needed to do, because I had such a great matchup here. And I decided to completely screw myself over with that, because guess what? They have a ton of energy now. We have a Pokemon in the back that gets one-shot by an Ice Punch. Not so happy day. So literally, if I just went for the Psychic Fangs there, I would have been able to win this battle, but I didn't, and this showcases again, most of the losses that you actually have in the Go Battle League are down to your own misplays, and you rarely really see them doing the battles, but like when you just do the battles yourself. But here afterwards, I was able to definitely see that this was a me issue. Let's see if the next battle is going to be a me issue as well. We're going to have the Jumpluff here. That's going to be a Pokemon that's a bit more tricky to play for me, especially in the lead, because yeah, we have a Pokemon in the lead that is weak to double weak to grass type Pokemon. Having a grass type Pokemon in the lead is never going to be a good thing for us. But we have the Acrobatics coming in. We're going to go for another Aurelion straight afterwards. And we're going to try our best here to get the KO, which actually going to work out quite well. In comes Mage Jam, and that is fine. They are going to be forced now to go ahead and go for the Dynamic Punch. And Dynamic Punch is going to be a move that takes quite a lot of energy, takes quite a lot of time. We were able to get the shield back. And I can take the opportunity here as well to basically position my Zapdos perfectly. I'm going to have the Zapdos now against the Medicham, which is a great matchup for us, even if they're going to have Ace Punch here, which we decide to use a shield against. We still survive Ice Punch. I'm not too worried about this move here at all, but I want to keep a little bit of health because it's a guaranteed super effective hit, and I'd rather shield up moves where I know that they're going to do a ton of damage. Here, of course, Feraligatr would mostly do a lot of damage as well, but I'm not too worried about this Pokemon. I still have my Gastrodon. I will have some damage on them already. I can even swap out of here because at this point, they have to knock me out while still maintaining an entire charge move basically in order to have here a chance of winning this battle, because as you're gonna see here, they're gonna try to go for the full knockout. That doesn't work. I have a ton of energy on my Zapdos already, and we're going to be able to outspeed them here, knock them out, and move on to the next opponent. Let's see who we have. We're going to have here Chatterbug against us in that lead. We're going to see as well that they're going to have a Digger Speed coming in. We're going to try our best to go for another Earth Power here, but the opponent decides to go ahead and go for that charge move first. Scorching Sand is going to drop my attack, and this means we have to swap out. Digger Speed is a bit tricky to play. Like, Digger Speed is definitely a bit tricky to play, especially if we get a bit unlucky here as well. That makes it, of course, not easier. What we will see here next is going to be Digger Speed taking that Drill Peck like it is nothing, and we still try our best here to reach another move. We're going to use a shield here. We're gonna outspeed them usually, because Drill Peck and Fire Punch takes the same amount of energy, but I generate one more energy, yeah, basically half the energy per turn more than the opponent. And so, yeah, we will be able to at least align ourselves, which is going to be great, because we needed to have the Charge Bug up against our own ground type Pokemon here. We have the Earth Power coming in. The opponent gets a free fast move in here for no reason at all. That should have never happened, and I hope it doesn't matter for the battle. Luckily I get a defense drop here, but it got a free Volt Switch in, which should have never happened, but thanks to lag I guess that is possible. Annihilate comes in, and I guess it did not really matter, because I think I'm gonna lose no matter what here at this point. But yeah, that is kinda unfortunate. As you will see here, the opponent is going to be able to get the damage onto me. I was hoping that I can still win just with my Gastrodon, but I just don't do enough damage here. The opponent is debuffed, but they do a lot of damage as well, and so we would have lost most likely anyway. Moving on, we're going to see here the Steelix against us. This is going to be a matchup where we're going to have a great time there, but we're going to swap out now into our Morpeko, and against Hypno, this is going to be great. Hypno is going to be no match for Morpeko. We're going to have here Morpeko as one of the best answers to this Pokemon, allowing you to double resist the fast move, but also allowing you to fully farm the downer, which is going to be great as well. We will see here the Steelix coming back in. We should have went for the big hard-hitting move, because at the end of the day, we can only lose by going for the Psychic Fangs, which you're going to see here as well. So I don't play the matchups perfect here either. I can still go for another Psychic Fangs, allowing us to drop them a little bit further. But at the end of the day, we will see here that one Aura Wheel would have done way more for us. In the back is going to be a Dragonite, and now it's going to be very difficult to win this battle. If I went for the Aura Wheel, I would have been able to do around, like, I would assume like 60% of the opponent's health there, putting them very, very low, maybe putting them into a few fast moves down, plus a Body Slam. But because I didn't do this, we're going to be now in a position where it's definitely a bit more tricky. We see the Body Slam here trying to get through, but it doesn't work out yet, because the opponent is going to be able to still go ahead and get another move off. We can go for one Body Slam here. We're going to try to go for another Body Slam afterwards. Let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to have another Body Slam coming through here. It is going to allow us to get the KO, but as we will see here now, the opponent still has a bit too much health on that Steelix, and if I just went for the Aura, I would have been able to easily win this matchup here, and I am just not capable of doing that because of me misplaying the battle before. And this is definitely something that is something that I should have played a little bit better. So, next opponent, we're going to have here a great matchup and a horrible swap by me. I don't play those battles good at all. I guess it's something where I can definitely learn from my mistakes. I should have went into the Morpeko. Morpeko is the obvious play here. Having super effective damage with basically, both of my typings with Dark as well as the Electric, so it doesn't even matter if we want to change, while resisting the fast move, while boosting myself, would have been definitely quite a decent one, I would say. But as you're gonna see as well, we're gonna have the opponent taking that charge move from us. We have the Drapion coming back in here. We're gonna swap out into our Gastrodon. We try our best here by going for an Earth Power, and we will see as well that this Earth Power is very likely going to be enough to get them into maybe 2-shot range because of the extra fast moves. And so we're going to be in a very okay spot still here. Well, let's say we're going to be able to win this battle or not. This is going to be very important. Here we have the Earth Power coming through. I feel like the opponent's in a spot where they cannot really win anymore. This is going to allow us to get them into farmland range, knocking them out, and yes, it's going to be a good game. Moving on, we're going to have Venusaur against us in the lead. That's basically the worst possible Pokemon to encounter here. Maybe a Razor Leaf variant or Victory Bell would be worse. But we will see here that Psychic Fangs is going to now connect against the opponent, allowing us to drop the opponent's defense a bit, and we are going to try our best to go for another Aura Reel. but it sadly just doesn't work out yet. But we're gonna be able to go for another shield and just go for the Psychic Fangs here instead, which is gonna force a shield from the opponent, while also getting another defense drop onto them, making the matchup for our own Gastron a little bit better. Well, we have to kind of try to do everything that we can in order to still win this one, as the opponent has such a big advantage still with that Venusaur lurking there. We can at least go for the full farm on here, and we try to get as much energy as possible onto our Zapdos. And I'm deciding to go for the Drill Peck here. And this is a big mistake, because the opponent just barely survives this. If we survived it with a little bit more health as well, I would have been able to get more farm here, which would have been very important. But because I didn't go for the Thunderbolt here, this game is over. If I went for the Thunderbolt, I would have won the battle. And again, all of the basically other than one battle so far, I lost to my own mistakes, and not because of the team being bad or anything. This is just me playing not perfectly here, and that is something very, very nice to see as well, because again, it's going to show you that this team has a ton of potential to even have better results than you see on the screen. So it's definitely one of those episodes of being learned from my mistakes, and it's also one of the things I kind of want to be a little bit better at, just having a little bit less mistakes in my gameplay. While I have the knowledge of everything basically for PvP, a lot of times I just don't really have the power to concentrate perfectly onto it. And I maybe want to maybe see if I can join some practice tournaments as well again. That would be kind of something interesting I would like to showcase as well on the channel. But yeah, that's going to be something for the future. Hopefully it's going to happen just to train a little bit as well. Because guess what? I'm going to be at the EOIC for sure, trying to compete. Already booked my ticket for everything. So if you're going to go to London for the EOIC, we'd love to see you there as well. It would be very, very cool. But yeah, as you're going to see as well, the opponent is going to have a Scorching Sands against us. We're going to try our best here with the body slams. We have some more lag as well. We would have thrown our move a little bit earlier if we didn't have the lag. But who cares? We're going to see here that the opponent is going to be able to go for another charge move. Another Scorching Sands, another attack drop as well, which is going to be really, really awkward for us, because now Ariados is coming in. We're going to have the swap now from us. It's going to be the Mopeko in the back. Maybe there was a chance of still winning this battle as well, but it is not something that we're gonna be able to do here right now, because the opponent just has too much of an advantage here at the end. So, next opponent, we're going to have the Melamar here, and they go swap out and I swap out, which is literally the worst possible thing that could have happened, because guess what? We would have had a perfect matchup here for ourselves if we just would have had the Flying type Pokemon in instead of the Electric type Pokemon against the Ground type. It is madness, but yeah, unlucky that we swapped basically at the same time, but it is what it is. As I will see as well, the opponent is going to be able to go for a shield against our wheel. We're going to still try our best to maybe even go for another Psychic Fangs. Doesn't work out. I decided to use another shield, trying to kind of preserve, I guess, my Mopeko maybe. And so I decided to catch the move now onto the Zapdos. Doesn't work out at all. I should have went straight for the Drill Peck here, to be fair, but I was a bit worried about the opponent trying to catch the move. And so I decided to do it now, and the opponent catches the move onto the Melamar. It is okay, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm going to be able to, go ahead and go for another Drill Peck here, and this is going to be fine in order to get the KO. But we're still going to be in a little bit of an awkward spot, because what do I do against Diggersby now? I don't get to another move here. I am going to be forced to go into my Gastrodon, and it is just not really looking good for us. We will have the opponent going for the Scorching Sand again. They don't get the debuff this time around, which is going to be very important, but we are a shield down. We have the Mopeko with still some energy at least, and we have to find somewhat of a win con, and we have maybe a win con here, because we're going to see the Azumarill coming in here. And this is definitely going to make it a bit more interesting. We have to try to get up to double Psychic Fangs. I have to go for another Psychic Fangs against the Diggersby then as well. It is going to be very, very close. I don't know, maybe there's still a way. I'm not too sure. And we're going to be able to go for another move here. It is definitely going to be an interesting matchup here at the end. Can we still win this one? The opponent is going to be low. They're going to be able to fully farm me down here. Can we still knock them out here? It's going to be close. We have two body slams stored. First body slam is coming through. Can we win the CMP tie against the opponent? Shield is coming up, and yes, we win the CMP tie, and with this, we're going to be able to win the battle. Hopefully, you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.